Alright, what is going on, guys? It is Benny, and we are officially back from vacation. I missed you guys so much, but you know what that means? I have some wins to catch up on. This is the first time I've ever been so low in my clan in the season, so we gotta come back here. Now, this deck that I am playing right now was probably the best Mortar deck other than Mortar Graveyard last season, and it is a ton of fun, so I would really recommend giving it a try. With the Dagger Duchess nerf that's coming as well, I actually think this will be an amazing deck to play, so definitely worth trying out. Now, we're playing against HogLogBait. He's going to use a Zap, so I'm going in here with the Miner and with the Bats and everything. Let's see what we can get. He's going to log, but he's already in trouble. Now, guys, I cleared up some room in my clan, kicked some of the inactive people, so if you guys want to join, I will put the clan right here in the top right corner of the screen for you guys. We are going to get a Mortar lock here, which is amazing. Now, the biggest tip I'll give you guys with this deck is play this deck like a Mortar deck, because, you know, we all know how amazing Minor Poison is, but you want to play this deck like a Mortar deck until double elixir. Now, because these matches are going to be a little bit easier for me just because it's the start of the season, not to brag or anything, but I'll try to make this video a little bit longer so you guys can get the most gameplay out of this video that you can, and I'm going to try to kind of teach you guys everything that you need to know. Now, you'll see here I'm going to defend. I'm going to go ahead and play the log here, but if you guys watched that last video, we're not trying to defend at the bridge very much, so let's go ahead, let's play the Miner here, and then the real strength of this deck is when the Dagger Duchess runs out of ammo. That is when this deck is absolutely lethal, because when the Dagger Duchess runs out of ammo, you have so many spammy troops that they do have to use their small spells, right? But let's say a lot of people carry like Zap and Log right now because of the, you know, just with the meta. So if you can get them to zap your Goblins, and then you get the Bats down, there's literally nothing they can do. Now, we're going to get a lock on tower here because he kind of overexerted himself. Then we're going to get the Evo Knight there, and I think he's probably going to give up. If I'm being honest, I think we won this one really quickly, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip into the next matchup as fast as possible. Guys, next matchup, and I really do hope that my opponent doesn't give up here. Now, it is interesting. I'm not playing a ton of Dagger Duchess. I think this is just a reflection of it being, you know, the early season meta, but that's okay. Now, he has Bowler and he has Lumberjack, so I'm immediately thinking that I'm playing against Balloon. And honestly, I'm going to make a video, you guys, to teach you guys how to make ClashRoyale decks, and what that will also do is it'll show you how to, like, figure out what deck you're playing against, because I'll teach you guys what cards go together really well, and then because of that, you're going to know exactly what you're playing against, or at least be able to usually predict it. Now, he's going to go for the Inferno Dragon. I actually have to be very careful, because if I were to guess, if I were a betting man, he's going to try to play a freeze here. So let's go ahead and play our Goblins just to be safe. And then that way he can't catch us off guard with a freeze or anything. He is going to Barb Barrel, and he's going to Bowler, but that is good because he overspent his elixir. And every time we can get him to, you know, play that Bowler and bait out most of his counters, we're in a really good position because he can't make that big push. Because you have to remember, when you're playing against like a Balloon deck like this, they need at least 9 elixir for that Lumberjack push, and then on top of that, if they're going to play the freeze, you know, that's another 4 elixir right there. And also, every time you can bait out that Bowler, it's the perfect time to Mortar, because the Bowler is their best counter to your Mortar. So you see here, we're going to get a Mortar lock, and I'm not going to over defend it or anything, right? Like, it doesn't make sense to over defend it, but we are going to get some damage out of it. I am going to counter this E-Drag just because, you know, you never know what it can do. So we're going to go ahead and play the Miner, and we got the Goblins going. Honestly, if he plays the Bowler, we're going to play the Evo Knight on the right side. Okay, we're going to play it anyways because he used his Tornado, and he also used his Barb Barrel, so he used a lot of elixir. And then we got the Bats going in there, and the Bats are going to get on the tower. And that just goes to show how good this deck is against everything. Honestly, this deck is best against Dagger Duchess, but that just goes to show that this deck is absolutely lethal. We're going to play the Miner on the right side. Honestly, I actually don't know why I did that. I should have played it on the left side. Let's go ahead and EvoMortar here on the right side, and then we'll just kind of see what's going on. I think our opponent is going to give up. That is depressing. Let's go ahead and pop the little Prince ability here, and then we'll go on. All right, you guys, next matchup. Now, I'm curious, how are you guys, honestly? How are you feeling about the new meta changes? How are you feeling about everything? He's going to Goblin Barrel. I'm honestly going to give him that damage because I don't have a great counter to it, and honestly, I don't really care. Let's go ahead and play our Bats here, and then let's go ahead and Mortar on this side, and I'm going to Miner with the Bats on the left side. He honestly spent so much elixir, and we are going to get a Mortar lock, which is amazing. Let's play our little Prince here to help out with that Knight. I am going to log this Dark Goblin just because I kind of want to take advantage of this Mortar lock as much as possible. And then we're probably going to have to play our Goblins here. That's so weird. You know what? Like, the Dagger Duchess is meant to be able to take out swarmy troops, right? But like a skeleton army, you have to counter. If anything, the skeleton army is going to do more damage against the Dagger Duchess than it will against the Princess Tower. So it's like, what the hell are they thinking? I'm really glad that they're going to nerf the Dagger Duchess. I haven't even read the full balance changes yet, but I'm glad the Dagger Duchess is catching a nerf here. We are going to be locked onto the tower. That is beautiful. There's no way this guy gave up. There's no way that we got 2 people giving up in one matchup. Okay, he's given up. I'm going to go ahead and just cut to the next match here because that is pretty crazy. Alright, you guys, next matchup. Honestly, this deck is like the #1 rage quit deck. If I had to summarize it in any way, I feel like this deck is the #1 rage quit deck because people just can't handle it. We're going to play our bats here. He's going to go ahead and zap. That's good because then we can just play our goblins. Unfortunately, we don't have the greatest rotation here. That's actually good that he played that magic archer because we can log and then little prince. And then hopefully that P.E.K.K.A goes down in time. Perfect. And then little prince will help out. He's going to royal ghost. I don't know why he's doing that. That is a lot of elixir to spend for really no benefit. And then we can just go ahead and mortar here because we have the knight in the counter push area. And we're going to get a mortar lock right there because he was too aggressive. And again, if you guys watched that video that I posted this week on tips to becoming a pro, one of the biggest tips was don't overspend your elixir. And because, you know what, because his Dagger Duchess is out of ammo, oh, and he just used his E-Wiz. So the miner's going to be on the tower. And that's the crazy thing is that miner will do a ton of damage if the Dagger Duchess is out of ammo. So, you know, we're in a really good position. And even this, like against Princess Tower, he wouldn't have had to counter that. And he probably wouldn't have even lost the tower. But we just took a tower like that, which is crazy. Honestly, this is ruining my video, man, because we're just absolutely smoking kids like this. This is crazy. I haven't had this many rage quits in a while. Let's go ahead and play the little prince here, and then let's go ahead and play the EvoMortar, and let's see what this guy does. I'm really hoping that he hasn't given up. He has. Okay, we're going on. All right, you guys, next matchup. Let's go ahead and play the mortar here, and then just kind of see what he's doing. Okay, he's going to play the bats to try to take out the mortar and the knight. Let's go ahead and play our bats right here. And then I might as well miner. He's going to use his arrows. That's okay. And then I'll just play the goblins. I just want to try to keep the pressure up on this guy, honestly. That's all I'm really doing. If we can get one hit out of those goblins, it'll be a success. We don't, but that's okay. Now, I don't think I'm going to have to log these guards. I think we'll be okay. Let's just wait and see. Make sure that we're in a good position here, and I'm gonna go ahead and cycle my knight in the back. You know, typically I would do my little prince, but it's just such a dangerous thing to do sometimes when you don't know what cards they have. So with this deck, you know, you're playing a long game with this deck. You don't want to risk taking a ton of damage right off the start. You kind of want to play it slow and just trust in the process. Trust in the fact that even if you aren't getting a ton of mortar damage or, you know, chip damage, the minor damage itself is what will carry this deck. Now we got the little prince down. Let's go ahead and play our guardian, or our bat, sorry, and then we'll play the guardian probably. Yeah, okay, there's the arrows. So let's go and play the guardian. The reason why I played the bats first was because he would have to use the arrows before he used the void, and that just kind of allows you to get more damage on the giant before, you know, anything else. Because if you think about it, in the tiers of protection, you want to protect your little prince first. The bats I don't really care about, but the little prince I want to keep alive the longest. So if he has to arrows the bats first, that's, you know, another 2 seconds, let's say, for the little prince to stay alive. He's going to go ahead and pump there. I'm going to go ahead and play the miner and the knight on the left side. I guarantee he's going to counter it, and then we'll get the EvoMortar on the right. This guy just screwed up so bad. We're going to take that tower on the right side for sure. And then defending is going to be a little bit annoying. Oh, I'm gonna have to play my little prince here. Oof, okay, all right, actually we're okay, I think, because we can play, I think I'll play my goblins first, and then hopefully he uses the arrows, and then I'll play the bats second, because he's more likely to have log than he is to have something to take out the bats, right? So then let's go ahead and play the Evo Knight in the pocket just to kind of pressure this guy. We'll get the miner on the tower, and then let's pop the little prince ability. Really good minions by him, honestly. I wasn't expecting that. Let's go ahead and play the poison, but that poison is going to be absolute value and money. And, you know, a mistake that guy made there was he over-defended. He would have had a pretty... Whoa! What is going on? He would have had the craziest elixir advantage on us ever if he would have not over-defended there and gave us all that value for the poison. If he would have just kept the minion horde, honestly, we could have been in a bit of trouble. Well, I want to say a little bit of trouble, but, you know... let's go ahead and play the mortar here. Also, guys, I'm so excited just while we're absolutely slamming this kid and we can talk for a second. I'm going to make a video on the new balance changes, and I'm going to make a video on the top mortar decks and I've got a lot of really fun videos coming up that I'm very excited for. So if you guys are still watching this video, you haven't clicked off right now, give me a comment down below on anything you would want to see from me, and I will make it happen because I love you guys. But let's go on to the next one. All right, you guys, next matchup, we are up against Jace CR. I wonder if this guy is a YouTuber. I feel like people who have CR in their name are YouTubers. Oh crap, okay, he Sparkied in the back, so that's not good, but he had to play the mini P.E.K.K.A, which I'm honestly kind of happy about. I'm gonna log here, and then I'm gonna play my bats, and let's see if we can get him to use a spell before anything else. Okay, we're gonna take that Sparky down, so we're chilling. I'm gonna go ahead and play the miner here and the goblins just to kind of cycle and be quick, and then we'll see what he does. He's gonna tornado and then arrows, which was a good play. He gets the king tower activation, but honestly I'm not that worried about it. Really, the ability to get miner chip damage and not be predicted every single time, like playing the miner in the tornado spot, I would take the chip damage over being predicted every single time with the miner, truthfully. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's just kind of waiting here. Let's go ahead. We're gonna start the knight in the back. Did this guy just give up as well? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, alright you guys, next matchup. Let's go ahead, let's start the knight in the back. That's a safer play than playing our little prince in the back. He has the 1 elixir skeletons, so, oh, and fire spirit. So if I had to guess, this is Xbow. This is 100% Xbow. Now, when you're playing against Xbow with this deck, I'm assuming this is Xbow. The cannon's throwing me off. What the heck? Actually, I've seen Xbow played with cannon like once, but still, I find that very weird. Okay, yeah, there's the Xbow. Let's go ahead, let's log right here. There's the princess down, and then let's go ahead, we'll play our knight here. Honestly, this isn't looking great for us right now. We're taking a bit of a risk here. Let's go ahead and play the little prince, and little prince should take the Xbow out, but okay, honestly, he could have really punished us there if he would have logged. I feel like we would have been in trouble if he logged, but that's okay. I hate playing against Xbow, truthfully. I find it very difficult to play against. Kiting the Xbow sucks, but when you're playing against Xbow, one of the things that is really good is if you're playing in the same lane. So if this guy doesn't change lanes up to play in, then we're in a really good position. Let's go ahead and cycle our bats here. I'm not sure if it's really smart to play a mortar quite yet. Truthfully, I think I'm just going to defensive mortar, and then we'll kind of see what he does. I don't think this version of Xbow plays rocket, which is good. Let's go ahead, let's just play our Evo Knight here to kind of tank, and because he's walking, the queen will have the damage debuff, and then we can miner on the tower because the tower will be drained of ammo. And let's go ahead and play some bats here, and let's just kind of see. He's going to have to fire spirit. That bat will get on the tower. It's actually really nice that they split up, because then that bat gets on the tower, and then he just has to eat that damage from those bats. Wow, okay, never mind. That's crazy. But he has the knight down. He had to use quite a bit of elixir there. So what we could do is we could little prince here, and then we could EvoMortar, and then pop the little prince ability in front of the EvoMortar for when he plays the cannon. So let's go ahead, let's EvoMortar, let's pop the little prince ability, and let's get another poison right here. There's the cannon. We caught it with the guardian. He's gonna pop the queen ability, which gives us a lock on tower. He just messed up so bad there. We have the knight in front to protect. I'm gonna log here to get rid of that queen, and then we are gonna take that tower. He's gonna play the cannon, but it's way too late, so that is really nice. I'm just gonna poison that tower, honestly, because I mean, that's really good damage, so why not? And then he's going to go ahead and play the knight and the Xbow. Now, we can just play our little prince right here, and then we can play the knight right here to kite, and then we can log. And even if he gets an Xbow lock, he's not going to be able to do enough. So let's just go ahead and poison, and then the Xbow is going to go down in time, so I'm not worried about that damage. And we can just play the goblins here to kite that queen, play the knight. Let's give him a good game. Let's give him a good luck, and let's go on into one more matchup. Alright, you guys, last matchup of the day. Let's give him a good luck as well, because this guy's a nice guy. And let's start the knight in the back here, and then okay, alright, we're playing drill, so we can go ahead and play our goblins here to counter that really good magic archer by this guy. This guy's a little smarter than our previous opponents. No disrespect to them. I'm not trying to hate or anything, but that was pretty aggressive. So we'll have the knight, and then the miner's on the tower. So you'll see here again, guys, like the miner is just honestly so dangerous in this deck, because the miner can, you know, as soon as you get it on the tower when they're out of tower ammo, it's GG's. Like, they have to counter the miner, and then when they do that, usually they have to play a card behind the tower, so then your mortar gets a lock, and it's absolute money. I freaking love this deck. Now, let's just kind of wait. If you guys, if you are watching right now, please leave a comment. I'm genuinely curious who makes it to the end of the videos. I mean, it's no disrespect, like watch as long as the video benefits you, but I'm just curious. That was a really good snowball. And if you are watching right now and you comment, I don't know, say Benny sus or something, or I don't know, or say something nice. You say whatever you want, but and then whatever deck you want me to play, I will try to make it happen. If you guys pick out a deck for me, we can just log that magic archer, and then we're gonna get a mortar lock there. If we can get 2 shots out of that mortar, then we're done going for that tower. So let's see if we can get one more shot there. Beautiful, we did get another shot. He's probably gonna go for that snowball again, if I had to guess. Yeah, there's the snowball. Really good play by him, honestly. But we can just play the Evo Knight. Then he's going to have to spend so much elixir. If we put the bats behind the Evo Knight, he'd be really crazy to try to defend that. So, okay, he defended at the bridge as well, which really works out for us. I'm going to start saving my log for the drill, because every time he goes for that snowball, it kind of, you know, he gets pretty good damage out of it. So if I just save the log for it, then you know, it doesn't matter. He can snowball and the damage will always stay the same. We'll just play the miner on the tower to get a little bit of chip damage, and then let's start the little prince in the back to get the 3-card cycle, which is a very important thing in this deck, because the poison spam that you can get is pretty crazy. There's the tornado, you'll see there, so it worked out. I'm gonna play the knight and the bats just to tank the Tesla, and then he's gonna magic archer. I am actually gonna poison right here just to get some damage on the magic archer and the tower at the same time, and then we can pop the little prince ability. Boom. He popped the mighty miner ability, which was a mistake, because we can just go ahead and play the miner on the tower here, and then the evil bats split up as well, so he's not going to be able to do very much with those, because the dagger duchess will get some ammo back. I don't know why I just logged so early. That was really dumb. We can play the knight there, and then we can play the poison here. That is going to be good game. Let's give him a good game as we voice crack. Magic archer might take that tower, but that's okay. Let's give him good luck, and I will see you guys in the next episode that we post. I really look forward to seeing you guys in the next one, and thank you so much for watching. Peace.